All right, let's move along now and talk about the hummingbird mint yellow live plants. These are beautiful. They add instant color and drama to your garden, also height to your garden, and they're going to attract the hummingbirds. This is something, the pollinators. Now, this will also resist deer and rabbits, which is a good thing, because we spend this money and we spend this time on putting out beautiful plants only to have the deer and the rabbit come and feast on them, right? And we come out the next morning and suddenly all the plants are ruined because the deer and the rabbits have had a field day with them. They don't like these particular plants. So you're going to continue to have beauty in your garden, and your deer and your rabbit will go elsewhere for something else to eat, because this is not going to be something they're going to like. This is M89437. Let's invite Alan back in to talk to us about these hummingbird mint yellow live plants. Now, is this called the Poquito?
Poquito. It means little bit, so it's just an adorable little thing. It's more or less a ground cover, so it only gets about a foot tall, but it just really glows. And this plant is a perennial, so we'll come back year after year. You plant it once, and it will grace your garden for years to come. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful glowing color. They look just so happy to me. To me, it's like you got a color from the 164 box of crayons. You know, it's not just a ordinary yellow. You didn't grab one from the 8 box of crayons. It's just such a rich, vibrant color. It's got a little bit of orange on the tip, and it just really glows in your garden. So planting this is like planting sunshine in your garden. You can have little rays of sunshine growing through your garden.
And these are designed to attract hummingbirds, yes?
Yes, so these flowers are little tubular flowers, and a lot of times when it's a tubular flower, you know that hummingbird has a long nose, so it will feed these flowers. There's a lot of nectar produced in these flowers, and this would be a great plant to plant on your deck or on your balcony. I love to plant plants that attract hummingbirds because I love when they visit me. When I'm out on the deck, no matter what I'm doing, you know, you get this feeling that something's there, and all of a sudden there's a hummingbird and it's looking at you and it thinks you're okay, and then it feeds from the flowers. And while it's feeding, it's like time stops. So, you know, planting this on your deck will invite the hummingbirds into your living environment, and you'll have guests. And I think it's just a really great plant.
Yeah, the hummingbirds are hungry. They're hungry for the nectar, and they want all that pollination. So this is going to be something that is really, really very festive and special. What you're also going to love is that these are drought tolerant and they are heat tolerant. So if you've got this in a full sun situation and you're not always good about watering on time, these are very forgiving plants, right?
Yes, totally. So again, these plants actually thrive in poor soil. So if you have very sandy soil and gritty soil, well-drained soil, it's like the lavender. You could actually plant these two together and they'd be very happy in the same environment. So you could have that beautiful lavender color and also this beautiful yellow color together in a beautiful container. Nice contrast, the purple lavender and the yellows. And, you know, again, you could use it in those trouble spots in your garden where other things don't grow. You've had trouble growing things because it's just too darn sandy and rocky. These plants will be great in that sort of environment. And you were mentioning it's deer repellent and bunny repellent. Plants are very clever. These leaves smell like kind of like licorice. This is actually in the mint family. That's why it's hummingbird mint. And plants actually produce these chemicals that deer and rabbits don't like. So it's a defense mechanism for them. But on the other end of the spectrum, humans like the smell. So lavender, like the smell of lavender. We like the smell of licorice, so we actually propagate these plants. So they're very clever. The humans make more of them because they smell good, but the deer and rabbits don't eat them because they smell bad to the deer and rabbits. Clever, clever plant.
I tell you, and the deer have gotten a lot more brazen than they ever have before. I mean, I drive home sometimes late at night after working late here at QVC, and I'll drive through my neighborhood, and they'll come right up to my car. If it's a warm evening and I've got the window down, I'll stop at a stop sign, and the deer will wander right up to my window. I'm like, hello, how are you? And my security cameras catch deer on a regular basis walking through my yard in the middle of the night. They're out looking for food. But what's happening is they encounter these plants and they encounter that fragrance and that licorice and that flavor and that mint, and it's a turnoff. And so they just keep moving and look for something else. Now, we began our season with 6,000 of these 3-piece plants. I have fewer than 1,700 remaining. Now, let me remind you what you're getting. You're not getting one, you're not getting two, you're getting 3 of these. So right over here, this is what we're shipping to you. We're going to ship 3 of these plants that are fairly mature, so you can transfer them right into containers if you like. You can put these right into the ground if you want. I am a big fan of container gardening because I love moving my plants around. And I love being able to redecorate with some of the colors throughout the summer season. So this is why containers become such an important part of what you can do. Don't miss out on this opportunity. And if you need a good fertilizer for these plants, we have it. It's available for you, and you can pick it up. It's our bud and flower booster fertilizer pack. These, again, mix with a gallon of water. They look like little dishwasher packets. And then you pop those right into a gallon of fresh water. Give that a shake until that's all mixed together. And then when you water with fertilizer. How often, Alan, should we be fertilizing these plants?
In a container, I tend to fertilize my container plants a little more than the plants that are in the ground. So in the ground, maybe every 3 or 4 weeks, you can give them some fertilizer. In containers, maybe every other week. These are not heavy feeders, so they don't need a whole lot of fertilizer. So these, I would fertilize maybe once every 3 weeks. Going back to your growing plants in containers, I think it's a great idea. I look at my containers like a trial, so I can have them close to my house, so I can keep a good eye on them. And also, it's like having a little nursery. When you start with your little pot and you plant it in a big container like this, it grows on. So at the end of the season, you have a much bigger plant, and you can plant this much bigger plant into your garden, and it'll give it a head start for next year. And then you can try something new in your container. So I kind of like to rotate things through so that, I always have variety, and you feel like a good grower when you grow good things in a container.
Now, I'm looking at the growing guide again, and it likes full to part sun. This is a perennial, meaning it'll come back every year. If you are planting these in the ground, plant them at least 12 inches apart, and you're getting 3 of them. And you're also going to love that your bloom time is summer to fall. So in the summer, right into the fall season of the year, you're going to get these beautiful pollinators that are going to attract your hummingbirds. And we can expect them to get, according to this, about 8, let's see, the Poquito, 10 to 13 inches tall?
Yes, so about a foot.
Wow, these are beautiful, and they're a great way to add instant color and drama and fill to areas where you're looking to do that, and then to attract the hummingbirds. The hummingbirds, when they pollinate a flower, their wings are flapping so fast you can't even see them. You can't even see the wings; they're moving so quickly. And those long beaks go into the flowers, and they grab the nectar and they move on. So this is something very, very special. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We started our season with how many of these, Jonathan? We're checking. We started with the season with how many? With 6,000, and how many? And about 1,600 remaining. It's important to know, too, that once we're into our final quantities and things sell out, we're likely not to see them back this gardening season. So if you're looking to pick these up and looking to attract the the hummingbirds, we also have the plants that attract the butterflies. This is something really, really special. Don't miss out on this, and let this become a focal point of your garden. All of this coming together with item number M89437 from Cottage Farms is a 3-piece Poquito, meaning small, hummingbird mint yellow live plant. All this coming your way for easy pay and free shipping and handling, and we will not ship it until it's safe to plant in your region of the country. Okay, Alan, let's talk about the warranty, because if you're a first-time cottage farm gardener, you want a little guarantee.
Right, so Cottage Farm guarantees every plant. We want you to be happy, and we want you to be a successful gardener. So if any reason you're not happy with your plants, give Cottage Farm a call. Annuals are guaranteed for 9 months. That's pretty much the entire life of the annual. And perennials are guaranteed for an entire year. So anytime during that time you're not satisfied, give Cottage Farm a call and you'll be taken care of.
All right, we've got one final plant for you in this